Thank you, Las Corla. First of all, I wish to commend the independent group for proposing this motion tonight. I suppose as a government backbencher, I'd take the unusual step of commending the government chief whip for not opposing the motion. I think it's maybe a tiny sign of reform, very badly needed reform in this Parliament, which has long enough seen, I think, a Punch and Judy show. And indeed, we haven't had the reform that we would like, or the extent of reform that we would like by this government. But nevertheless, there has been some, and one should welcome, I believe, any positive developments in the times that we're in at the moment. I particularly wish to commend them because I think, and I don't wish to duplicate or repeat what my colleague Deputy Phelan has said, but I think everybody in this House has agreed on the threat that stroke poses in our country, an increasing threat because of an increasing population, an increasingly old population who are affected by stroke, and also the importance of speedy treatment to stroke. I think, as the House will also be aware, the chances of surviving stroke are increased by 25% if treated in a multidisciplinary stroke unit. And it was for that reason that last year I asked the Minister for Health if nursing and therapist posts funded under the National Stroke Programme, because they're essential to the development of an acute stroke unit in the Midwestern Regional Hospital in Limerick that will save lives and reduce cases of permanent severe disability, will be filled by the end of the year. That was 2011, and asked if he would make a statement on the matter. I was somewhat disappointed to learn from the Minister that he wished to advise that the 45 nursing and therapist posts identified under the National Stroke Programme are at various stages of the recruitment process, but it is unlikely that they will be filled by the end of the year. However, when this motion was raised, I did further research the matter with the Minister's Department and was pleased and gratified to learn that those posts have now, people have now been hired for each of those posts. They haven't taken up the positions yet, nevertheless people have been hired for each of those positions. So I do think that that also marks progress. I'd also wish to draw the House's attention to the fact that in the very early days of this government, in fact in March, a major tender was launched by the HSE to construct a multi-million-euro extension at the Midwestern Regional Hospital. In its summary tender advertised in one of the first weeks of government, the HSE stated that the proposed 7-storey extension and alteration would include a neurological centre, an acute stroke inpatient unit, a cystic fibrosis inpatient and outpatient units, among other developments. And Las Corla, I am pleased to say that on a recent visit to the Midwestern Regional Hospital for sadder reasons than public duties, I was very pleased to see that that extension is proceeding as planned.
1 minute remaining, Deputy.
Thank you, Las Corla. Now, I don't wish in any case to pretend that suddenly there was a miraculous turnabout and that unit was tendered in the first weeks of government and it hadn't been planned before. Of course there were plans in place from the previous government. I do, though, think it illustrates a point that in these times when people are growing increasingly fatalistic, increasingly despairing of government, that times are changing, things are changing, and things are improving. Perhaps not as quickly as we would like, but things are improving, and it does take some time to turn the ship about, so to speak. But there are improvements in our health service, and I greatly welcome them for what they are, and I also commend the technical group for this motion tonight.
Thank you, Deputy.